What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. Okay, so getting into some bodybuilding news here, it looks like perseverance is one thing that Sergio Oliva Jr. is definitely not lacking right now. We got some update pictures from Sergio, and these are the first updates we've seen since he had that horrible experience spending a week in a jail in Dubai. Sergio described the experience as something straight out of a movie, but he also described how he wasn't able to eat much protein and barely consumed any calories compared to what he usually has. So, I don't really want to say too much about his physique right now. I mean, obviously he's downsized. He's lean, but he's definitely downsized. And it's too bad too, because Sergio was looking absolutely ridiculous leading up to this incident he went through. He looked like he was about to bring his all-time best, really. So we do know that he's going to compete, but we don't know what show he's going to do. I have no idea. He barely even named the Arnold Brazil that he was going to do before this incident took place. I'm assuming he's going to choose a different show at this point. Now, I do know that Chris Aceto had something to do with his decision to keep pushing and get back on that stage sooner than later. But look, like I said, perseverance is the name of the game, and it's a lesson for all of us. What he looks like doesn't matter nearly as much as the fact that he's willing to get back on that stage, and sooner than later. Give him a couple of weeks more, and I bet you'll see a renewed Sergio. It shouldn't take him long to bounce back, and we'll see what show he decides to do. Now, we're also awaiting a show announcement from Stephane Matala, who rocked the bodybuilding world earlier this month with some absolutely insane physique updates. This guy literally came out of nowhere with an insane, world-class, classic physique. So, we did get some more info on Stephane since then. He officially heighted himself in to ensure there won't be any unknown factors when he does go to compete, and he heighted in at 1 meter 78 centimeters, which means for his height and classic physique, his weight cap is 94 kilograms, and he's currently sitting at 113 kilograms. So you guys, that's almost 42 pounds that he has to lose. Not only that, but he plans on losing it over a period of 4 months. And when you look at how lean he already is, you gotta wonder how he plans on dropping that much weight without sacrificing any muscle or fullness. Now, his coach Hassan NFC on Instagram and YouTube seems to be no joke, I've never heard of him, but he looks pretty legit. He's also confident that they can lose that 42 pounds and retain his muscle, roundness, and fullness. Now, according to Hassan, Stephane holds a lot of water, and cutting that will drop a significant amount of weight on its own. Well, I hope it's a ridiculous amount of water that he holds, because again, 42 pounds. But on the flip side of that, if he does drop the weight over 4 months and does retain his size, roundness, and fullness on stage, then the shock we had to the bodybuilding world earlier this month will continue to send shockwaves throughout the bodybuilding world. This guy has a level of muscularity that would be unrivaled by many in classic physique. So I'm really impressed by these posing videos that Stephane has been releasing. This guy is someone who could really mix up that top 10 at the Olympia if he pulls it all together. Now, when it comes to pulling it all together, Iain Valliere is another guy that's working to bring his best to the stage. Iain dropped this physique update at 11 weeks out of the Toronto Pro, and when I say his best, not only is Iain trying to bring his best physique, but he's also trying to bring his best presentation. This front double bicep is the start of Iain getting out of his comfort zone and really doing what he needs to do to improve, because in his mind, this is his weakest pose. And Iain is working on his weakest points, being mainly his presentation, but you know what, honestly, himself too. His confidence in his presentation is something he openly admits to being his biggest weak point. And actually, the front double here doesn't look too bad in terms of execution. I did think he would be a bit further along in his prep at this point, but I'm sure this is all just part of the plan. Iain doesn't typically miss when it comes to conditioning, and you know what? Neither does his coach, Matt Jansen. Muscularity and conditioning won't be a problem for Iain. That's going to be for damn sure. So, will this finally be the year that Iain Valliere presents his best package on stage? Is Iain going to show the world the bodybuilder he believes he can be? Because he believes wholeheartedly that he's a top 5 Olympian. And whether he is or not may not be entirely up to him, but he's on the road to finding his confidence, and I think we'll see something different from Iain this year. So, in the world of the business of bodybuilding, Hadi Choopan has entered an agreement with a company called Energy, which is an Iranian-based gym equipment manufacturer, and we do have a recent training video from Hadi as well that we'll look at in a second. But yeah, Iran and the Middle East in general has been well known to treat bodybuilders like we would treat professional athletes at the highest level here in North America. You know, think NBA, NHL. And the fact that the Sandow Trophy went to Iran for the first time in history did more for the bodybuilding world than most would consider at face value. The value of the fitness industry on a global scale measures in the billions of dollars, and equipment manufacturers have been on the rise in the last couple of years. You have Pinata training equipment out of Italy, Arsenal equipment has some pretty cool stuff, and now you have our current Mr. Olympia signing off on this new line of equipment from Energy. So I think this could be great for bodybuilding, not just in the Middle East, but around the world. Our sport seems like it's gaining more and more traction, and the athletes like Hadi that are out there promoting the sport, pursuing significant business relationships, I mean, stuff like this is just a win for all of us, guys. Now, within the growth of the industry, competition will also grow. So the question is any of this new energy equipment going to stack up to the other equipment manufacturers? Well, I think this machine that Hadi is unveiling here, doing a demo on, honestly looks a little bit awkward to me, especially from the decline position, but that's me not knowing anything about it, and I'd have to try it. Let me know in the comment section if any of you guys out there have seen or used any of this energy training equipment. So yeah, the business of bodybuilding, pretty interesting stuff to me. If you guys enjoy updates like this, what athletes are making moves and how it could impact the industry, just let me know below. Anyway, that's it for me in this video, you guys. Thank you for tuning into EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.